Yeah. Sorry, we're having some difficulties this morning. We're we're trying to get all our guests on. Uh, Good Thursday morning, everyone. We are going to get with you. Um, we have some great information to share this morning, and
Well, Brock Ostrander is joining us here at
oh,
the table.
here we go. Say that again.
Brock Ostrander is here joining us at the table this morning. Good morning, Brock.
Good morning.
And Brock has joined us before. It is Thankful Thursday. And one of the things that we like to do here on JoCo Community Radio on Thankful Thursday is highlight and feature nonprofit organizations throughout the county and the area, or nonprofits that serve the area. And Brock has a scholarship foundation. And tell everybody the name of the foundation.
It's called the Ostrander Scholar Society. It's actually named in memory of my mother. It's not named after me. So,
but that's okay if it were. You're keeping her legacy alive. Now, talk about your mom. Give us the history of mom. What was she? She's a former educator, right?
She's a former educator,
and so is your dad too,
and
right?
My father. My mother passed away about 20 years ago. But the original scholarship program that we do is actually for Eagle Scouts, and my family kind of kept it going. And then after my mom passed away, it fell on my shoulders to keep it going. And so I decided to create a nonprofit and to not only honor the original namesake of the scholarship, but to also honor my mother's commitment to higher education. So the organization's named after her, and we've kept it going ever since.
And when did it launch? When did you launch it?
We officially launched in 1997. So we've been around for 25 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I mean, that's a big compliment that you've been able to help people for 25 years.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of nonprofits that don't last that long, or, who it's difficult to find support sometimes. I mean, nonprofits are nonprofits. It's not putting money into a nonprofit so they can put it into your pocket. You're literally giving everything away to these kids.
Yes.
And I don't want to say just kids. I mean, because a lot of them are on the adult side. So what's the website that everybody can go to?
So it's Ostrander Scholars with an S, ostranderscholars.org.
Okay.
That's our website, and I'll openly admit, we need to do a little bit of updating to it because we have made some recent changes, and but we'll be talking about everything we possibly can in the time we have today to update everyone on what we do and also what we hope to do.
All right, well, go ahead and tell your guests to call back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're trying.
That's what I was going to try to do.
Okay. Unless he wanted to join on the stream. Oh, he's joining on the stream.
Okay,
Awesome.
So we should have.
This is your board member.
This is the board member.
Awesome.
Okay,
Hey,
so-
Steve.
Hi,
Good morning.
Steve.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure to be here. Very
All right,
excited.
we have and one of your former recipients is going to be joining us as well.
Yes.
And if they could join through the stream, it would be better. I just want to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said he was going to try here in a few minutes.
Okay. Awesome.
Through the stream, and if not, he would call back. But
Okay.
a little bit of technical difficulties, but that's okay.
Well, I think this is him. So why don't you guys introduce Steve, and I'm going to give your guests a little instruction.
So Steve Silberger, right, is
Yep.
one of our board members. And how long have you been a board member, Steve?
Well, I've had the privilege of working with Brock since we launched the program as a 501c3. So Brock and I've had the privilege of knowing Brock for more than 20 years.
Wonderful.
And saw him develop this program, and we worked together to get an attorney to get us the certification as a 501c3. So I guess, Brock, how many years now has it been? Has it been 10, 12?
It's been over, let's see, 2011 is when we got the 501c3,
Right.
but you were part of the board, prior to the IRS saying, hey, you're 501c3. So
Right.
it's definitely been at least maybe 12, 13 years now,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. As a board member, obviously you've stayed on. So what is it about this foundation that, or organization, is it considered an organization,
Yeah,
foundation? Okay,
organization.
organization that has kept you wanting to keep, being a board member and helping this foundation?
Sure. Well, it's a great question. Thank you very much. I'm excited. The reason why, because I've known Brock for so long, and I've understood what his vision is of how we as a group of committed individuals will provide financial resources to help people continue their education past high school. Our program is a singular program of the Ostrander Scholar Society, but it's going to grow, and we're going to have more programs that can reach out to more people. So I really love the opportunity to be in the ground floor of creating new opportunities for people to have access to education or educational opportunities that they may not have been able to afford on their own. And in this day and age, with the rising school of all the rising costs related to tuition and housing and food and all that, anything that we can do to help make a student's life easier, I'm on board.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Trevor's joining us
Yes, we're getting Trevor.
now.
Okay.
So, how many other board members do you have on the board?
Let's see. We got Steve, we got Ed, Wallace, and Cole. So there's besides myself, there's 4 others.
And so, an interesting story. If you hadn't tuned in and listened to Brock and the history of the foundation from previously when he was on before, I actually know Cole, who's located in Lubbock, and Cole and I met when I was traveling 85% of the time, and he was driving the shuttle out at the airport there. And so it was just crazy when we first started talked about the foundation. I went to his website. I went, "What? You know Cole Robertson?" That is, I mean, it's a small big world,
Yes, it is.
And he is just one of the most amazing guys that I've ever known. And prayers for him while he goes through his struggles. Gosh, it seems like it's been nonstop since I met him.
I think he's
many
doing
years
better
ago.
now, from what I gather. I think he's doing okay right now.
Good to hear. So what's the next steps for the foundation? Are there plans to grow it? I know that. Hey, Trevor, can you hear us? Trevor's having challenges setting his getting his settings to where he can hear us, and it's I told him that he needs to go into the. I gave him some direction.
Okay.
So we'll bear with him. As soon as he can hear us, he'll start talking.
He does have a
us.
9:30 class, so we're trying to.
Yeah.
We hope to have him be able to talk, because he is a past recipient. So we're talking about a student who has received this. So we'd love to hear from him.
Well, in the meantime, can you tell us about Trevor a little bit, and tell us how did he come about? How did he come about finding your organization?
You'll be surprised. Right now, the way we track it through our application, but most people are finding out about this through word of mouth mainly, or through Google searching for scholarships. And I believe he found out about it through word of mouth because he's so involved in scouting. And his accomplishments were probably 5 pages long in his application. He outshined everybody that year. And so he's not just an Eagle Scout. He's not just a member of Order of the Arrow, which is the National Honor Society in scouting. Pretty much any award you can possibly bestow upon a scout, he's earned. His community service was just off the charts. We're talking mission projects. I mean, anything that he could work in, he was doing. And I don't recall what he's majoring in right now, but I believe he's double majoring at SMU, and he's doing very well, getting great grades, and just he's on fire. So he was definitely a rock star applicant, and we're very, very thankful that he applied and that we were able to give him a scholarship. This was just a few years ago when he received it.
Wow. Trevor, can you hear us? Can you?
He can hear us. He's trying to get his.
I saw that he came back in.
Yeah, he's trying to get his microphone to give him permission. So
okay.
So we're figuring it out.
So what are the guidelines for applying for this? Oh, I know we talked about it before, but it's good to always reiterate what the guidelines are so people know, and especially if you have a kid that is involved and does meet the guidelines, they should apply.
Right. So the guidelines are they have to be under the age of 25. They have to be an Eagle Scout. They have to have achieved a certain level within Order of the Arrow. There's 3 levels. You've got to have at least the 2nd level, which is called the Brotherhood.
Okay.
And so those are the most basic requirements that have to be met. And then, of course, we're going to look at your overall involvement in the organization. You have to prove that you've actually been active.
Hey, Trevor.
Okay.
Trevor's
We
going to
got him, I think.
Trevor's going to go ahead and join us by phone.
Hello. Sorry about all the audio issues. Glad to be on.
It's okay.
Thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you for joining us.
So Trevor, how long ago was it that you were a recipient for from the foundation?
Yeah, I applied the senior year in high school, and I'm now a senior in college. And so it was about 4 years ago. It was about at this time or so when I applied, and then I was heard back, and I was very excited when I did later on.
That's and what did you major in?
I'm majoring in mechanical engineering, chemistry, and mathematics, trying to go for a triple major.
Wow.
Triple major.
Wow.
I was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, I said double. It was actually triple major.
Wow.
That's absolutely impressive. And so do you know what you're going to be doing when you graduate this year?
There's 2. I'm looking at jobs at the moment for my senior year. There's 2 sorts of things I'm really interested in pursuing. The one is using my chemistry and mechanical engineering to work for sort of aerospace and other sorts of propulsion systems, potentially for like a defense contractor like Lockheed Martin to help build Mach 10 aircraft and other sorts of things, or maybe commercial to make them less noisy and better efficient.
Okay, so
The other thought is
go ahead.
And chemistry. I've taken a lot of organic chemistry and biochemistry classes, and I think it'd be really interesting. Well, if I potentially was able to join like a medical company and was applying my engineering skills towards engineering better medicines and better medical devices.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you are literally a rocket science.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh my gosh, I was just about to say the exact same thing.
Oh wow. I don't even know you and I'm really proud of you. So
I know. I'm very proud of you. Wow.
we need more scientists in this world. They're literally that is one of the things that industries are looking for, and more women scientists to be more direct about it. You're not a woman, obviously. I think they'll take you, Trevor. I think they'll take you
in that sort of field for sure.
So how did this scholarship help you?
Well, first one thing, I mean, I could never. I'm going to SMU here in Dallas, and the scholarship has really sort of given the opportunity for me to focus on my studies and really make the most of my time at SMU by doing a lot of classes as well as all the clubs that I've been able to do with the extra free time. And I've really enjoyed that part. Like I play tuba in the march tuba in the band. I'm now president of rocketry and a leader in the Formula SAE team at SMU, where we build a race car from the ground up that can go from 0 to 60 in less than 10 seconds, less than 5 seconds.
Wow. So it can beat a Tesla? Is that what you're telling me?
It's a little bit different in the sense that, like, rather than being a traditional vehicle, it uses a motorcycle engine and weighs about like 500-ish pounds. So it's a lot smaller than a traditional 2,000-pound car or anything else. But it is a nice, fun, fast race car.
So do y'all do like shows where people can come watch this? Once y'all get them all built?
Yeah, if you look, there should be on social media, like for FSAE, the Hilltop Motorsports social media page.
Okay.
As well as if you look on the SMU website, we have our own website for Hilltop Motorsports.
Okay.
Where you can contact for more information.
Oh, that would be so really cool to go watch.
All right,
I'm get to meet y'all.
I'm pulling that up.
We're currently. I don't know if it's anything this next month because school just started, so we're taking on new members, training them and things. But definitely, I'll let you know for sure. There'll be updates there for public events.
Definitely keep us updated. I would love to attend and meet you in person.
Oh, absolutely.
So, how are you, or do you have opportunities to share the scholarship opportunity with other kids? Do you, have opportunities that you get out and talk to any, high school, kids about their future and how this has helped you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been able to do, like, one of the things my other projects I did in high school was I did a lot of work with conservation through Boy Scouts, where I did a number of conservation efforts to help save the Blackland Prairie, which is a local ecosystem in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that's just sort of extends, it's very native to it, and just due to different invasive species and other sorts of things, it's sort of been diminished. And so I've done a lot of work with that, and as well as teaching people about the Blackland Prairie and about the sort of conservation centers that might be around them that they may not even know about. And so this has allowed me to talk to many different, like, middle schoolers as well as high schoolers, and talk about sort of like what you can do, even just as a high schooler, as a middle schooler in this sort of thing, as well as what you can do beyond in college. And I definitely mentioned for sure scholarships like the Ostrander scholarship, as well as a myriad of other scholarships that allow for opportunities for anyone to be able to have an education and be able to advance themselves in any capacity that they want.
Right.
Well, that's fantastic. We wish you the absolute
Right.
best in your future. And Brock, do you have anything you'd like to say to Trevor?
Well, thank you for joining us. Number one,
Yes.
I really appreciate you taking the time, because I know I'm looking at the clock and you're in a time crunch, and I understand
Yes.
if you need to go ahead and race to class. But again,
We don't want you to be tardy.
But yeah, but thank
It's
you.
all quite all right.
Right,
But-
I know.
But yeah, and I'm sure we'll be on again in the future. So if they want me to bring on a few more, I'll certainly reach back out. But
Yeah.
but I thank you so much for number one, applying back when you did, and number two, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you again.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me on and everything else. I'm very glad I was able to join on despite the connectivity issues.
We got it. Well,
Hey, we worked through
It's
it.
been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
good luck to you. And I look forward to hearing when you graduate what you end up actually doing, where you end up going.
Yes.
I want that
We
update.
definitely will have him back
Yes.
on. Yes.
So yeah, we want
And and you graduate this
May.
spring? Did you say
Yes,
you're a
ma'am.
senior? Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
We expect an update.
Congratulations.
All right, Trevor. God
Have a
bless.
wonderful day.
Thank you, Trevor.
So much.
Mhm.
You
Bye,
guys
Trevor.
have a wonderful day too.
Thanks.
What a great
Wow.
kid.
Yeah.
Wow. And yes, he is a kid.
Wow. And
To me, he's still a kid.
Steve, you got to, you guys get to participate and see what's happening as board members.
Right.
How long have you been a board member? I'm not sure. I think I stepped out when you may have answered.
Since 2012, right?
It's probably
Or a little before that. That's when y'all became a
we were thinking about
501.
I said about 12 or 13 years at
Yeah.
least, somewhere in that proximity.
And how
And-
did you come about being a part of this? Again, did I miss this when I stepped
No,
out?
I
Okay.
don't think we talked
No,
about how he became
we'll
a
let Steve
heart.
take that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mentioned that I met Brock in actually 2000, so 22 years ago, over 20 years ago. And I was serving on the faculty of a program at the Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico, where Brock hails from. And we had come in contact with each other through scouting programs through the Order of the Arrow. And we'd stayed in contact, and he shared his vision of what he'd like to create and how it could impact the lives of young people, not just locally, but nationally. And it's really great to actually hear Trevor and say hello to Trevor. As a board member who is a member of the selection committee who got to select him 4 years ago for that scholarship, I had a unique situation because I also serve on the board of directors of the Circle 10 Council Boy Scouts of America, based here in Dallas, and actually the 24 counties that make up North Texas and a little bit of Oklahoma. I actually met Trevor when I was a board member before he applied. So it was kind of interesting. Like, okay,
Oh, that's
Oh,
when I
really
see the
cool.
application, I go, actually, I know who he is. Full disclosure, I've he's of all the candidates, he's the only one I've actually met. So it was kind of nice to see him and his passion, because I knew about him not only because of his scouting service as an Eagle Scout or his service in the Order of the Arrow, but through his conservation work as a recipient of the Hornaday Conservation Award, which is the highest level at the time for the Boy Scouts of America for continuing conservation efforts, and specifically locally in the Blackland Prairies, which is really impressive for this part of the state of Texas, and also for the impact that he can make, and the fact that he had the opportunity to engage and empower young people as young as middle school and high school to get involved and learn more about conservation efforts that they can participate in.
Right.
So it's great. It's our program is national. We have applicants from across the country, but as Brock said earlier, currently the easiest way that people find out about it is through word of mouth. So we do a lot of promotion locally through local Boy Scout councils and Order of the Arrow lodges, but we also do it online as well. So through Facebook and other social media outlets.
Yeah.
We'd love to grow that group of advocates and supporters of the organization so more people can learn about it, because we'd love for more applications, and we'd love for more sponsors and donors to help us grow our fund so that we can provide more scholarships. So
Right.
That's fantastic. So I don't know if you have this total number. I think we talked about it before, but since 1997, how many scholarships have you awarded?
I mean, we're like I say, we're small and we're very choosy. So we're some years we can give out one or two, others it might be 4 or 5. But in the 25-year history, I think it's safe to say we've probably given out between 40 and 50 scholarships
That's wonderful.
total. And of course, we're hoping to grow this exponentially is what we'd like to see.
Right.
So what other efforts do you think all of you as a board can take, to grow it, to get more donors? I mean, obviously, people know what they know. So, getting on the radio like this, hope to bring more recognition to it so that people will go to Ostrander scholars.org where you can donate. And also, if you have a student that would like to apply, the application is available on the website as well. So what else are you guys thinking about doing? What other efforts can you take, or have you taken in the past to bring more donors in so that you can grow?
You want to take that, Steve?
sure, I'd be happy to start, and if you want to add something to it, that'd be great, Brock. So one, what we're looking at this on multiple fronts, but one is expanding our board to get more people who are passionate about what we're all passionate about, and that's having more youth having opportunities to expand their educational opportunities. And we do that by selecting people from different parts of the country. And actually, our newest board member is currently living in the Philippines, but he is a retired member of the United States Air Force, originally from Ohio, and so he has a lot of connections across the country. And we're excited to have Ed on board. And he learned about it simply in one of the best ways possible when his son was a recipient of our program, and he was so impressed by what we did for his son and what he believes how we can expand it. So he's excited to invite more people to support us. And another simple way is some people may not be in a financial position where they can, let's say, write the check, right? So that is just one part of this process. One simple way I'd like to encourage anyone that hears about our organization and what we do and you want to contribute, one simple way is to, in this day and age, I'm pretty sure almost everyone has an Amazon account. Go to Amazon.com and click on the little smile in the upper left-hand corner and select us as the nonprofit that you'd like to support. And every time you make a purchase on Amazon, they will contribute 0.5 of 1% of your sale to us. So that's kind of a win-win. It doesn't come out of your pocket, but if you're going to be buying, let's say it maybe
Doing it right now.
yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you. For school supplies, or maybe a small appliance for someone going off to school, and that you're buying a mini fridge for your your student going off to school, that you make that contribution. We get a small portion of that money, and that helps us provide more funds and therefore more scholarships. That's
That's
just
fantastic.
one way that anyone can feel feel that they can participate without actually writing.
Okay, hold that
exactly
thought. We're going to
Hold
take
it.
a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Sounds great.
Abnormal realities.
I love my mom.
Yep. She sent me a message.
My mom did?
Yeah, Wednesday night. And she invited me over tomorrow night to watch Titanic and share a bowl of popcorn. And I accepted.
You did?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
And she calls it Chaps Only Night. Every Saturday night.
Look,
Miss Dixie,
look.
how you doing? He said, it's my mom, bro. All right, it's my mom.
I want to hear the answer to the Titanic and popcorn. Go ahead, Mom. What's up?
Oh!
Hi, boys.
Hi,
I
Mom.
just wanted to ask Rocky if he wanted butter on that popcorn or not.
Oh,
I
my
would rather
God.
have the butter somewhere else, but if popcorn's the only place I can have it, I'll take it.
Jeez,
Hey,
dude.
nobody says I can't roll around in it for a little bit.
All right, Mom.
That is my
love
girl.
you.
I love you,
Mom.
Dixie.
Abnormal realities
My mom, love
Oh,
you.
Dixie.
Bye. I love you too.
with Ron and Rocky. Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Holy crap.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give him a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered. When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leech Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leech Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
And welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes. Maybe I won't mess the radio announcement up like I did yesterday. Man, I was so tongue twisted. It sounded weird. So JoCo Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen or watch, simply go to the tuneinjoco.com to choose where and how. The JoCo Community Radio app is now available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more on the JoCoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more is brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, and at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-839-4245. So,
Okay.
how
All
are
right.
y'all?
Hey, we're back. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Nona Reed.
And
Thanks for doing
during
our
the break, we did mine's still kind of working. I am still working on Steve. My charity didn't pop up. So I'm having issues working it on my phone, but we're working it. I think Tiffany was able to do it, right?
Well, it didn't. Well, we clicked on the charity part, but then Brock and I didn't see the list of charities. So I'm still trying it because I want to get this to work so I can do it. I wonder if you, Steve, do you have to actually be shopping to do it?
Actually, the easiest way to do it is just to log into your account, and then you'll go into the smile, click on that, and that's how you can adjust it. So
okay, I don't see
which smile.
I just typed in it came up smile.amazon.com, and then it says select charity, and it wasn't popping up.
You shop Amazon Smile donates. So, and then it gives you a box that you can click on that says select a charity. And I clicked on it and it's not giving me the list of charities. So I'm a little
Amazon Smile. Okay.
we can research that and get that sent out.
I think I
I
figured it
love
out.
that this is an option for you
No,
guys.
I
so-
did find it. I did find
Okay,
it.
so
So good.
So what do I do?
I'll have to go back and play with it. So, but you go into there's a little charity box that says gifts, charity, and something else, and you pick that, and then you put in the actual charity. So
It should, you type us
Yeah.
in and it should pull us up.
Yep.
So, because we're registered.
there you go, right there.
So did you do smile.com? Is that how you did it?
No, there's a little box.
smile.amazon.com. Yeah.
I did that too, but mine wasn't popping up. So
Okay, so did you go from the
So-
homepage? I want to be able to tell people how to do this. So because this
I-
is really
well,
great.
I know, but okay, let me go back.
Yeah, sorry.
So when you pop up onto you actually log into your account.
Which I'm logged in.
Okay. I'm going back, guys, so I can get to it. Sorry. There is a gifting registry and charity, and it has a little elephant on it with an Amazon and a wallet, I think. Like a phone and a wallet. Do you see that?
Well, I wonder if I have to be in the app because I'm on my
Okay.
computer.
See, well, yeah.
So,
I found it this way. And that's how I found I was able to search so you click on that and then you go to the charities.
oh no. Okay. All right. I got it. Listen,
Okay.
if you're on your computer and you log into your Amazon account and just do the drop down arrow where it says account and lists, under your lists, there's an option for Amazon Smile charity lists. So you go in there, of which I am right now, and education and youth, or you can just there's different. You can browse by cause, topic, whether it's pets and animals, environment, international, and then there's education and youth. So you can go in that way, education, youth, or there is a search box, and you can actually put in there Ostrander.
Right.
Oops. If you
And
if you
that's how I
spell
got
it
it
right, scholars, and it's OSTRANDER scholars.
Well, no. Well, to search on Amazon, you have to put Ostrander Scholar Society.
Oh, society. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
you
Thank
gotta
you.
put
for
it in
correcting me.
I did put Ostrander in and a lot came up and then I just went down and found yours, but it is Ostrander Scholar Society on there.
There's a lot of charities with the name Ostrander.
Yes, there
Apparently so.
was.
Really?
When I pulled up, I just did Ostrander thinking it would be such a name that would.
There's also
There
some
was a lot.
There's also some towns named Ostrander. One's in
There you go.
Minnesota. So
Aha. I see. I see.
Becoming a
All right.
popular
I'm just
name.
going to put Ostrander in because I think I did something else wrong.
Yeah.
So
and
it said no. It said no results for me.
Okay, well we'll find it.
well,
Oh man.
it could just be on the laptop. I'm not sure.
well,
I don't know.
I literally bought something the last 2 days. I'm like
I buy something every week from there.
now, well, I kind of haven't had time lately, and now I did some shopping, and I was like, oh man, I wish I'd known that.
Well, now you do.
Because my other thing's supposed to arrive today, so I've already paid for it. But
You only know what you know.
that's right.
so
There you go. We just know. We
This-
get enough people doing that. Think about what you could raise just in Amazon.
Right.
I
This
didn't
is-
even know that was a.
This is really
I
awesome.
thought.
I didn't know that Amazon did
I did
this at
not
all.
either.
So that's super cool.
So
Wow. This is super cool. I'm
Did
still
you want
looking.
Steve to continue? I think he
Yes,
was
I'm
talking
sorry.
about-
Go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. That's great.
Yeah. Continue talking about it. So you have the one new board member who's currently living in the Philippines, who's the father of a former recipient of a scholarship. Do you have anybody on the board who's a former scholarship receiver?
or
Not
has
yet,
been?
but we
'Cause I
definitely would
think-
love to
I
do
think
that.
Trevor, I think Trevor would be fantastic for
Perfect
that.
candidate.
Yes,
If we can get into his
absolutely.
busy schedule, but yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well,
I mean,
will
he's
s-
about to be a rocket scientist.
I will say we did have a former recipient as a board member many years ago. His name was Jimmy, and he but then he got older, he got married, got kids, and he had to move on with more important
Yes.
priorities in his life. And so we did at one time actually have a past recipient as a board
That's what-
member.
yeah,
and he
that's great.
served a brief time and then had to move on. But yeah, Trevor would definitely I think he'd definitely be an asset.
Yes, he would. Definitely.
That is fantastic. Now, do you guys give internationally, or is it strictly recipients from the United States? And I
So
ask that
yeah,
because people do ask, or
yeah. Yeah, currently, because of our 501c3 status and that for taxation purposes, we do not want to cause a tax bill for the recipient getting the grant. We have certain limitations. So currently, we're only able to provide our scholarship funds within the United States.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Completely makes
Okay.
sense.
So, but they could utilize it if they were doing a semester abroad. None of that would
Right.
affect. None of that would
Right.
affect it.
That
They-
would be correct.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good to mention.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Right.
So,
And
what
as
is
we talk about the fact that, we give the money directly to the institution on behalf of the student, so it goes into their account, so it reduces their overall expenses. They don't get it as income, as if they got an income, they'd be taxed on it. So we do that. We have a lot of Brock knows the ins and outs of all the hoops we have to jump through whenever we provide the funding, but we want to make sure we make this as seamless as possible for the
that's
applicants
awesome.
and the recipients.
It sounds like you guys have covered, every end of it so that it doesn't cause those taxation issues for a student,
Right.
which
Right.
is helpful. And I had another thought, and it just blanked out of my mind. It just blanked out of my mind.
Can
The re-
they?
Go
Is
right
this
ahead.
a
I was going to
one?
say the reason why it's important to us to make sure we don't cause that stress. As a college student, I received a stipend from the university in my senior year for my service with the Associate Student organization. And little did I know, 2 years later, I would get a notification from the Internal Revenue Service that that stipend was taxable.
Ah,
So I learned from that experience. I appreciated the stipend at the time, but I didn't appreciate the penalty I had to pay later. So it's like,
Right.
okay,
wow.
let's not
Wow.
recreate this program 25, 30 years later. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Those are things to think about too. I mean, how many other students are going through that aren't being notified by the universities when they receive a stipend in that manner? There should be something that says, "Hey, woo woo, you have to take care of the
this is
taxes."
taxable income. Yep.
Yes, taxable income, and
Right.
you're going to have to take care of this. I mean, and most students don't. They don't know that.
No,
No.
they don't.
So, I think
Most of them
that's
are getting out in the world and don't really have a clue on any of that. So
that's
you
just cra-
throw that little loop in.
right. That's just kind of crazy that they wouldn't know to inform a student of that.
Right.
So,
Well, thank you for taking care of that, guys.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's real.
Making
It's
sure.
very smart. I wonder, I don't know, but I mean, you've gone through it with your daughter, getting funds and stuff for
Mhm.
school. Do they give it directly to the school, or do they give it to you?
All of hers have been that she did get were just through the school.
Oh, okay.
So far we shouldn't be hit with anything.
Right.
Okay.
So
I was just curious. These are great things for
yeah,
people to
she's
know.
never had
Yeah.
any money in her hands
What
Yeah.
what else can you guys share?
other than what she's
Um,
earned.
Well, one of the things we're exploring, and right now this is just a conceptual idea. We're trying to mull over the details, but we're looking into possibly, and this is all contingent on funding, of course, launching a college internship where we would be working with a specific university, and they would, provide students that would work on our behalf as interns that want to learn, PR skills, marketing, fundraising, things of that sort. And not only would they receive college credits for their help and time, but then we would turn around and give them a stipend to go toward their college education. So it'd be a win-win for all parties. And we do have one small university that's interested in partnering with us. But again, until we have, money in the bank specifically to
You're
fund
right.
this internship, it's kind of a work in progress, if you
Right.
will. So that's one thing we're currently considering and looking into.
That's
Additionally,
awesome.
I would
Yeah.
say additionally, we're also looking at increasing the actual scholarship amount. While we've been able to give out, a lot of scholarships at a lower level, but if we can expand the gift, the actual scholarship, so let's say $1,000 or more, it would. I don't want to say filling out a scholarship application isn't worth the effort if you don't get the result. It isn't. It's all part of the process. Learning how to
Mhm.
write a good scholarship application helps you in how to write for business writing, right? So that's going to be helpful as well. But ultimately, students who need to maximize their time when they're out of class and doing other responsibilities. If they're looking for scholarship applications, they're going to focus on the ones that have the greatest return. So when we think about, $1,000 today versus $1,000 20 years ago, let's be honest, it doesn't go as far. We understand that. But $1,000 that a student does not have for a student loan, or for X amount of hours that they'd have to work, that amount of time that it replaces, then it's worth that effort. So we're trying to expand the number of scholarships as well as the size of each grant.
That's fantastic. I mean, I really like what you're doing. I know that one of the things that you wanted to you had talked about too was doing more on the scout side.
Right.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay. But what would that look like? What would that look like to someone who's coming up as a scout? Because people don't understand scouts. I
Right.
mean, really, they
Right.
really
Sure.
don't understand, what it is to start as a Boy Scout and grow with the organization. Unless you've had a child, I mean, you can continue into your adulthood,
Mhm.
and a lot of people don't know that. They kind of look at it as, oh, Boy Scouts are going to learn to make a fire, and they're going to get some patches, and they're going to be done in a few years because they're a little kid. But this is not just a kid
Mhm.
organization.
Right.
So
I'd love to jump in and touch on base on that. So one great thing about the Boy Scouts of America and the fact that we've grown and developed and evolved over the times, we now actually have programs in the program called Scouts BSA that are open both to boys and girls, or young women and young men. And so a young woman could be a person who becomes an Eagle Scout. They could be a member of our Order of the Arrow or the Honor Society. And I think this is going to be the year we're going to start to get multiple applications from young ladies who are interested in the program. So we're excited the fact that we're helping young people have educational opportunities. And it doesn't have to be just what 20 years ago would have been young men when the program was created, but it's grown and developed to provide more opportunities. And scouting, from the outside looking in, for a person who's not familiar with the scouting program, back in the day, it used to be um, Boy Scouts helping little old ladies across the street, or you see little boys in blue in front of the grocery store selling popcorn, those type of things. That, oh, that's what the perception is. But the Boy Scouts of America, as the largest national youth serving organization focused on character development, participatory citizenship, and physical fitness, has a lot to offer, and has a lot to offer for young people, whether they're in high school or in college, and as they can help contribute back to the local level at helping a unit, but they can also be involved as an adult. So we're very excited to be involved in that organization as a whole, and make sure that that's our target audience that could be a recipient of the Ostrander Scholar Society.
So how does the scouts, because I know you said girls can join it now too, but see, I was a Girl Scout,
Mhm.
and before I was a Girl Scout, I was a Brownie.
Mhm.
So, I stayed in as long as time permitted for me. I went on to play sports, but
Mhm.
the Girl Scouts of America, are the organizations, do they crisscross with each other at all? I mean, because we were doing a lot of, learning the same
Mhm.
things
Mhm.
that boys
Mhm.
were learning to an extent,
Right.
um, and I mean, I encourage every mom to have their daughter become a Girl Scout because it's one
Mhm.
of the best programs out there, and
Mhm.
I absolutely loved being a Girl Scout. But how does that crisscross, or does it?
Currently, the Boy Scouts of America and the Girl Scouts of the United States of America are separate entities. There are a lot of things that are in common, but they are separate 501(c) organizations. So they have separate programs. They have similar goals, but they are uh, uniquely different organizations. The Girl Scouts do a great job, and they're fantastic. I highly recommend for parents to explore both options for what was going to work best for their child and their family. And we, I can't say anything negative about the Girl Scouts. They do a lot of great work. My life experience has been in the Boy Scouts program, and I'm happy to be actively involved locally, regionally, and on the national level. But we want to make sure that as the Ostrander Scholar Society, as an organization, is providing educational opportunities for young people, we'd love for them to consider coming to the website, learning more about it. And if it's an app program that they think that they'd like to apply for, please do so. And as Brock may have mentioned in the previous interview about the fact that we are going to be growing the organization to provide more programs that provide a little bit more diversity for people's interest levels, we want to make sure that this particular nonprofit organization can grow from a financial foundation to serve more youth. That's our ultimate goal.
I love
That's
it.
wonderful.
I love it. So, those who are listening, look into Scouts. Check it out. They're great organizations. I mean, this is the type of stuff that, there's so many different things that they get to do and the opportunities they get to do as a scout that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. And I'm talking about the experiences as, a group, right? Like this is a group of boys. If you start young, that you're going to grow together and flourish together and have experiences of a lifetime. I mean, and I'm talking some of the camping stuff. You get out there and you're you're implementing all the stuff that you've learned, and that is just that feeling of satisfaction that
Mhm.
you're able to do
Mhm.
the things that you guys were taught. And I mean, it's just a life. It's a life memory.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? What's
So-
your biggest memory from being a scout?
Mine? There's so many. I'll try to maybe highlight two. Uh, Obviously, becoming Eagle Scout was huge because, you know, I'm, I came from a family of scouters. So I was the third generation in the family to become Eagle Scout. So that was, very big for me and my family. But, and of course, that's the pinnacle, if you will. Eagle Scout is the highest award that can be
Mhm.
bestowed in scouting. But beyond that, one experience I had was uh, I got to work at Philmont Scout Ranch, which is the world's largest scout ranch. And one of the things I got to do is work on what's called the OA Trail Crew. OA is Order of the Arrow. And what the trail crew does is that they actually go out into the backcountry and you're literally building new trails that scouts are going to be backpacking on. And so I was able to completely help build a brand new trail that went up to one of the highest points, at Philmont. It's like 9,000 feet, elevation, one heck of a view. So that was one heck of an experience getting to, learn how to build trail. And then after we were done with that, the reward was we got to go on a free backpacking trek at no expense to us. And I was able to actually crest um, Baldy Mountain. Baldy Mountain is the highest point at Philmont Scout Ranch. It's over 12,000 feet above
Mhm.
sea level. Um, well, not only is the view from that summit incredible, but it touched home for me. When my father was young, he got to work there as a ranger, and he was actually recruited. He and three others. The Philmont had just purchased the property back in the early '60s that would encompass Baldy Mountain, and he got to be part of the original group that was able to actually scout out that mountain and find out what was there and report back. So
Oh,
then I got to follow in his footsteps, and that was just really cool.
That is so
that's really
cool.
cool.
Well, we've got less than 5 minutes left, and it is Thankful Thursday, and so I'd like to ask our guests, and we can talk about ours too. What are you most thankful for today? Steve, you can
I'll be
start.
happy to kick it off. Today, I am, well, thankful, number one, for this opportunity to spend the morning with you to share what we are very passionate about, the Ostrander Scholar Society. I am thankful for the opportunity to spend time with friends and family, And I fully embrace the concept that there is no such thing as new old friends. I had the opportunity to spend quality time with a very close friend who I've been friends for more than 50 years. We were Cub Scouts together. And more importantly, this weekend I spent 3 days with my longest long-term friend, and that's my older brother, who was visiting Texas this weekend. So I'm thankful for the opportunity to spend time with the people we care and love.
Awesome. Brock, what are you thankful for?
So many things, but I guess if I had to narrow it down, I'm thankful for my family, and that honestly the simple things. I've got a good job, a roof over my head, and a great circle of friends that keep me going. So that's everything in a nutshell.
Awesome. Nona, what are you thankful for today?
I'm kind of like with Brock. I mean, there's so many things that I'm thankful for, but I'm thankful for friends that believe in me and, sit there and we work together for a unified goal. And I'm very thankful for that. I'm seeing that even more now than I did before. So I really am thankful for those who are fighting the fight kind of thing.
Awesome. Listeners, if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, Twitter, or LinkedIn, feel free to drop what you are most thankful for today too. I am thankful for a ton of things. I'm thankful for the opportunity to continue my education, over these past few months. I mean, I'll be specific. You running for office, it required a lot of research, and in doing that, I mean, I've really learned a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm really grateful for that. I'm especially thankful for my family, of course, and my 3 kids, and the fact that they are all healthy and flourishing. And I am very, very thankful for my husband, who has a birthday tomorrow. So
Yes.
happy birthday to my husband, Todd. I'm very grateful for his hard work and dedication to our family, and thankful to have him by my side as a partner and a best friend. And I'm thankful for all of the friends that I too am surrounded by. And I'm thankful for this community. I'm thankful for this community, this count, and I'm not talking about just Burleson. I'm talking about all of Johnson County and how they come together to support each other, to work together as one group. And I hope that continues, because we are better together. And
We really are.
We really are. So before we go, did you know the First State Bank of Rio Vista? I know some people say Rio Vista, but I get corrected, so I'm saying Rio Vista. The First State Bank of Rio Vista was organized in 1920 and located in downtown Rio Vista. The bank made rapid strides over the years, housed in one room with a small vault operated by 2 employees, to what it was later. When the bank moved to a place on Highway 174, it was called the Cow Pasture Bank.
Yep, I remember that.
It even had fly-in banking, a first of its kind. The bank had its own landing strip, so you could fly in and do your banking. Okay?
Yes, I know exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, guys, just a reminder, if you're looking for something to do on Saturday and support some local businesses and small businesses, get out to the farmers market here in Burleson. It's from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you, Steve, for joining us again. Thank you, Brock. Be sure to
Thank you for having a heart. Man,
yes.
that heart to serve.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Be sure to go to ostranderscholars.com, donate, and share it with people you love. God bless. Have an amazing weekend.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog.
I'm Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog. You know, when I get the hankering for a hot dog,